So my name is Alfred. I traveled from Malta, but actually I'm from Tanzania. So I don't know how many know where Tanzania is. Ah, great, good, good, good. So I live in Malta. I've been there for 3 years. Before that, I was in the UK for 6 years, mainly working with organizations from manufacturing to NGOs. Uh, currently, Currently, what I do is training. Okay, so my day-to-day or week-to-week activity is mainly training. So I meet people like you, or those who are working on organizations, and then we do team training, customer experience training. So I'm very happy to be here. Um, I hope everyone is settled. I feel like more people are coming in. Okay. Okay. So we'll try to shake things up a little bit so that we're not, this is not a lecture, just to let you know. So if you had any lectures today, this is not going to be a lecture, it's going to be workshop. So we'll try to do some activities, okay, so that you're engaged and you learn something. Okay, so I'll be talking less and we'll be doing more. We'll have 3 activities, all right? And on those activities we'll be in groups. It's a bit hard to do to create groups here, but we'll see if we can manage, because if we can do a few of these activities, I'm sure that we'll remember after this session. And what I'll be covering will mainly be project management and business development. So how many have a business here or startup? Okay, okay. So for those who have a business or a startup, you probably do project management in day-to-day basis or in week-to-week basis. But business development is mainly sales and marketing. So that is something that if you are an entrepreneur, you'll have to do it. It's not an option. But when you talk about business development, the skills can be applied in other areas. Even how you sell yourself after you finish university has a lot to do with some of the things that we'll be learning here. So we'll do a small icebreaker. After I introduce I'll try to see if I can navigate easily here. After I introduce the topic. Okay, thank you. Sorry. So as I said, we will cover project management. We'll cover project management and business development. So these 2 topics are very distinct. They are not necessarily something that you can just combine them into one thing. That's why I had to sort of set them apart a little bit. Within a business, for if you have worked in a business or you own a business, you tend to have someone in charge of. I think they can hear me regardless. So if it's okay, I'll be moving around. So within a business, what you tend to have is you have series of projects that you have to do for clients. Okay. So, wow. So within a business, you have 2 types of projects. You have internal projects, and then you have external projects. Internal projects are things like business transformation, what you are doing here, you are starting a project that will help your business to be more efficient, for example. So what you can do, for example, you may be implementing a system in your business. So that's the internal project. And for that, you'll have a series of activities that you have to do, okay? And you'll have some few individuals that you will select to be in charge of that project, all right? So this is internal. But external is when a client, okay, requests a specific service from you. And that service entails you doing series of deliverables, okay? That may take anything between a week to 6 months or even more, okay? So these are two types of projects, and how they're handled is a little bit different, but they are all still under project management. So, but when we talk about business development, what we are trying to say is, how do you, just as the word itself, business development, how do you develop your business? How do you grow your business? Okay? So you may decide to have someone in charge of business development in your organization or in your startup or in your business, whether it's a small business or medium enterprise, or you may decide to do it yourself as a business owner. Okay? So if you have a small team, if you're small, your family is a family-owned business and you don't have enough resources, you may decide to do it yourself. And this will entail everything from marketing to sales. All right? Okay. So along, when we are doing the this session, you can always ask questions, okay? So anytime. So you can interrupt me and ask questions. So we'll have conversation back and forth. I don't necessarily want me to be the only one speaking. All right, so that's why I've divided the two elements of this presentation. All right, so a little bit about me. As I said before, I do consultants and training, and some sectors I work on is tourism and hospitality, real estate, and maritime. I am based in Malta. I don't know how many know where Malta is. Okay, someone knows where Malta is. And yeah, so it's a small island, very, very small, maybe 500,000 people. And so I work with other trainers to train organizations on team building and customer experience. I also work in Tanzania online from Malta. So I would organize sessions that will be done online and then facilitated on the ground. All right. Okay, everything okay? Yeah. Okay, all right. All right. So I hope everything now is fine. Okay. All right. No more. Okay. Good. So I'll try to keep time. So that's a little bit about me. So we are going to hear a little bit about yourself. Let's see if I can access some of the information. So we'll just have everyone just say what is your name, and what is your first job, if you already had a job before. Okay, starting from anywhere, we can start from the back. Okay. Let's continue all the way. Good. 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 Accountant.
Student and work at Capital M as recruiter.
Good. lots of business students. Okay. So, all right. Good. I was sorry. Yeah. Good. All right. Let's continue. Okay. All right. Nice. Amazing. Good. Next. Good. Good. I know some have already introduced themselves to me, but you just for this, for everyone to know who is who.
My name is Mohammed Al Karanchawi. I'm an architect and I work as a planning engineer.
Great.
My name is Mahmoud. I studying tourism and hotels.
Good. Tourism. Another person for tourism is here in front. All right. Good.
My name is Yusuf. I am student.
Good.
Mahmoud Mustafa. Background and archaeology student. I work at field of organizing and project management in a small startup here.
Good. Continue.
I'm senior year general mathematics student at Faculty of Education. I work as a mathematics tutor.
Nice.
My name is Mayeda. I have the master's in cultural development and African language. I am willing to open school.
A business.
The publishing house.
Self-publishing house.
Yes.
To print.
But I want to know more about the project management and strategies to think about.
Very good.
My name is Isra Hamdi and I am user experience designer.
Amazing.
My name is Ahmed Khalid. I'm a first grad.
Good.
My name is Mohammed Mustafa. I'm just studying tourism, hospitality and heritage management, and I work as a reservation sales agent in Marriott International, and now I try to make tutorial content on LinkedIn.
Very good.
My name is Saif Mustafa. I'm still a student at Faculty of Business.
Good.
I have no job.
Good. You get job soon.
Inshallah.
I'm Basma Torek. I'm also a business student. I help my father in our family business.
Good.
I'm Abdurrahman Nofal. I'm faculty of business. I've worked before as a general instructor and nutritionist, and currently I'm doing some content on LinkedIn also.
Good. So thank you everyone for the introduction. So when we talk about project management as it's defined here, you tend to have series of structured tasks, okay, activities and deliverables. So when we talk about deliverables, who can tell me what deliverables look like? Like what is an example of deliverables? Anyone with an example? When we say deliverables, what do we mean?
Different parts of the project, different milestones in the project.
Exactly.
For example, if you're doing a construction building,
Yeah.
you can do the complete phase or finishes phase.
Good. So it has to be something that can be complete on its own. We can present that to a client, or we can present that to our own team, saying that this section is complete. So it has to be something that it's on its own. It is a unit, right, of a milestone towards where we need to get to finish the project. Correct? So if you own a business, then deliverables will look like something that if you present to a client, the client will say, okay, so we are done on, let's say if you're doing website development, the deliverable would be creating the content for the website, okay? It could be drawing how the UX design, how the user design will look like. that could be deliverable. Okay, so it helps you when you break it down to deliverables. You can also be able to budget the time and resources that are required. Okay, so I'm going a little bit ahead. So the only way for you to be able to implement the project effectively is by you understanding what is required of you. Okay, so when you know what is required of you, you can break it down to smaller units that will tell you that if I get this done, it means I am closer to, I am going through the right steps to get this project done. All right? And because of the deliverables, you will need different resources. So if your project is website design, it means you need someone who, if one of the deliverables is UX design, right? Then it means you need a UX design specialist, like, what's the name again? Istro, right? So then it means my hiring process, okay, for a business owner there, my hiring process will have to be done based on deliverables. So if you own a business, okay, depending on the project, you may require new people into your business. All right? So having a better understanding of what is required from you by the client or by the government or whoever has given you the job will also boil down to how I'm going to do the hiring process. Okay? So what kind of skills do I need to deliver the project? Okay, where can I get these people? How much will it cost me for each individual person? Right? I think, any questions so far? Okay, we'll have an exercise that will help us to understand this a little bit more. Okay? So we have a project life cycle, and it's very simple way of just thinking about project management, where we have the beginning and the end, just like any cycle, okay? Sometimes it's called project life cycle. So you have the beginning and the end. But what is interesting, the only thing to pick from this is that project management, project life cycle, it just helps you to know various stages that you need to go through for the to have the completion of the project. Right? And one of the steps that may be overlooked is the project monitoring and control, okay? Where you're trying to control the resources, okay? But you're also keeping track on how each one within your project is performing, is doing the right thing, and you're also communicating at the same time with the client or within your own internal team, depending on whether it's external or internal project, right? Other parts, I think they're fairly understood. Anything, we'll try to go a little bit faster, not because I want to rush, because we'll do an activity that will help us to understand more. Any questions so far? Anything that stands out? Okay. All right. So maybe just one more thing. When we are closing the project, what would you do when you're closing the project? What is an example of an activity or something that you will do if you complete the project? Just celebration, yeah? You can celebrate with your team. Anything else? Sorry? Evaluation, yes. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Where did we, where did we we did not deliver in good quality, because we may get feedback from the client by the time we finish the project that we didn't do well. You have something? Okay. So another thing you can do when you're closing the project is handover. Okay? Handover. So what do you do in the handover? You try to package the project. If you're doing construction, you may have an opening of the building, right? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes. Good, good. Who can tell me why is it important for us to think about how we close the project? Why is it important? Why is it important you have to do like a building opening? Or why is it important to do certain things during the close of the project? Yes. Another reason? Transfer of ownership, but also you're trying to communicate to stakeholders, right? Because each project has stakeholders, right? And some of the stakeholders are not the ones who are paying you. Okay, what do we mean by stakeholders? Maybe I'm going too fast. Client is one of them.
Everyone has any benefits from the project.
Exactly. Anyone who has benefit in the project or interest in the project. So this could be a community. So when you're opening a building, it could be because you want to invite the community around the building to see this real estate project. And the other reason you're trying to think about how you close the project, because the way you close the project can determine either you win another project from the same client or from other people. Okay? Good? Good, good. Make sense? Perfect. All right, so I've covered that. I'm not gonna. So let's talk a bit about Agile, right? One of the tools for project management is Agile. So one of the methodology. And when we talk about Agile project management methodology, what we mean is it's a methodology where we can incorporate feedback quicker, okay? More flexible. More customer-centered, exactly, because scalable as well. So, and the reason I wanted to highlight this one instead of Gantt chart and so on, because I use Gantt chart, to be honest, okay? Because the clients I have are not startups, okay? They could be a medium enterprise that is very, I wouldn't say monotonous, but there's not much change. So the beginning and the end of project is a straight line. But if you're designing a product, a digital product, she will know that more, you need to incorporate changes along the way, okay? So you're not necessarily sitting with a product that is like you're sitting in a garage and say, I want this product to be so perfect, so good, so that when I bring it out in the market, everyone will buy it. That's not how it works. What do? You do iterations, right? You work on prototype one, you bring it to the market, and then the market says, oh, your app is not good. You know, you go back, you do modification, you bring out version 2 or...
That's why Agile methodology
exactly.
depend on sprints.
Yeah. You release again, and then you keep on redoing that. So for you to be able to do that, it means your team and you have to link all the time. The feedback is not only within the team, but also from the client, which is the general public or anyone who is going to use your product. Correct? Yes.
The same method is used by copywriters for advertisements that shows on TV. So they have a vision,
Mhm.
and they show it for the person who's responsible for accepting or just rejecting. They could have comments, then they
Yes.
take the same idea and work on it.
Yes.
Bring another advertisement. So, right? Is this
Good.
right?
Yes, as long as you need feedback, okay, to be incorporated into your project, okay, and that feedback affects how your next milestone is going to be, then it is agile. Okay, it's only centered in two things mainly. It's about adaptability and velocity. What does it mean? Is you are able to adapt to changes that are coming from, it could be the outside environment or it could be on the specification.
So we can bring a new idea.
So it's not necessarily a new idea. It's the same idea, but the implementation may require thinking of variables that you did not think of before.
It could be based on the same, on the first idea.
Yes.
But it brings a new one that's extremely amazing.
Yes, bring new perspective. We'll say new perspective, because what you don't want to change the idea. What you want to do, you want to incorporate something that you did not understand or you did not know, but now the clients or the general public is telling you, actually, for your app to work or for your software to work, you need to do this, because what we actually need is A, B, C, D. Okay?
That's why they use call in action in the project.
Sorry?
Call in action.
I call in action. Okay. Like you get
Every project in cooperative or content creation have a summary, and then they have call in action to get engaged with your audience.
yeah, you could say that. Is that clear? So in construction, this may not necessarily be the case.
Do you actually use agile technique in construction?
Ah,
Sometimes the type of contract, you don't plan a detailed plan for the whole project,
Mm.
but you do an initial or preliminary plan.
good.
And you adjust on the way.
So even in construction, this is still applicable. Okay, although it's more advertised for digital products, software companies, and fast-growing organizations. All right. Any question? Yes, please.
Sometimes feedback from the feedback that is received by the project manager
Mm.
may not be valuable enough, or sometimes the resources, the time, or even the budget
Mm.
may not be enough for what the feedback has
Yes, we call them constraints. So project constraints. So one of them is budget, and this is money resource, and another one is people. So you may not have the capacity to incorporate the feedback. So what do you need to address that? Anyone knows how to address constraints? One of the ways to address project constraints? Anyone? Scope. Anyone knows what project scope is? Or scope of work is? Is limitation. Is limitation. You cannot do everything. You cannot do everything that the client wants, because you need to set boundaries. Okay? Before you start the project, you set boundaries, saying that you said to us you want us to create business cards. Okay? So for us to create business cards, we'll need, let's say, your name, your position, website, your website, and so on. Right? So along the way, while you're doing that, if they come and say, can you also create flyers? What do you say? It's not in the scope. Are you understanding? Yes, you say, sorry, sir, or sorry, madam, that was not in the scope of work. If you want, we can create another agreement. Okay? So when you get feedback, is the feedback is it within the boundaries of the scope? Right? Because you don't want to do more than you are required to do, first of all, or more than the resources you have allocated. Okay? Good. Perfect. Yes. Sorry?
Iterative approach and agile. The difference between iterative approach and agile.
Iterative. Okay. So iterative approach is part of agile, on my opinion, because iterative approach, you're basically not confined to your preconceived assumptions in how the project is going to turn out. I'll give you a small example, probably one of the oldest example. When the person who invented aeroplane, I don't know who know, Wright brothers, right? They did iterative approach. Yes. And how did that happen? Is because what they did is, instead of trying to make a perfect plane, they would make small changes within their own, within certain parameters, and work on them, not in secret, but kind of within their own workshop, and see how it works. And it makes another change, see how it works. Another competitor, what he did, he just went ahead and said, I have finished making the plane. And then they did it, called all the newspaper and so on, and the thing crashed. And because of that, they lost the funding. So sometimes, if you try to release the product too early, it may backfire on you. So what you're trying to do, you do controlled changes within a specific, you make small changes within controlled environment. Does that make sense? Okay. Yes. So you try to control the environment. How? One example I can give you. When I started my business, what I would do, if I have a new product or service, I would look for 10 people. Yeah, but I would look for 10 people. I would just sell it to 10 people. I would not advertise to everyone. I would just advertise to very few people, and then I'll have them try. I'll lower the price and so on. Why do I do that? Because it's risky to put product to the mass market while your product is not ready. So you do it within controlled environment. Okay? Based on that feedback, you iterate, and then iterative approach that comes in, and then you do for 50 people. You keep on, and then the person who buys, you use as a review, and then you go more and more, you expand, all right? Let's try to see if we can start an activity because of time. All right. And then I will touch on Scrum late. While we're doing an activity, I'll talk a little bit about Scrum. So in the meantime, we can start. We can see if we can divide into groups. I know it may not be the most easiest thing to do. Okay. We're how many? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14, 18, 20, 24, 27, 30, like 32. So 6 groups. 6 groups. If we can divide in 6 groups, so I'll just, if I say number one can be together. And when we divide in these groups, we are not going back to our seats. What we'll do, we just learn while we are still in the groups, so we don't have to go back and then go back, okay, because of time. So I'll start with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 there, and then 2, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try to divide into 6 groups. I will not disturb you again after this. We'll not move back to, so don't worry. As soon as we stay in the group, we'll just do all the rest of the session within our groups, okay? All right? So you can, one will be together with one. So maybe one can stay here, 2 can stay there, 3 can be maybe somewhere, maybe here, and then maybe 4 here, 5 here, 6 there on the back. Okay. Everyone happy with the groups? Okay, so can I have your attention? Hello? Can I have your attention? Thank you. So before we go to an activity, the next methodology is Scrum. And basically the only difference is here you have what we call sprints. So within you create a specific time limited iteration that will just happen within very specific time to make sure that you don't take too long to complete the project or you don't take too long to incorporate changes. Okay? So the sprints may be anything from 1 to 4 weeks. Okay? All right. And involves a lot of collaboration between the team. So it's more like it's a little bit faster than what we saw on Agile. Okay, so this is just a little bit more faster in how you incorporate change. Does that sound good? But it doesn't differ too much, as you can see. Okay, all right. So let's see if we can understand. Sorry. I'm going to, because of time, I'd like to go to the activity. So on the activity, your client has been in tourism business for 40 years. The current website was made 20 years ago. He wants you and your team to redesign a new website that will align to the current ambitions of becoming a go-to tour operator in the region. Okay? Everyone is understanding so far? We're together? Okay. Based on what you learned about project management, how will you assign resources to ensure that the project is done on time? That's the first requirement. Okay? The second requirement is what examples of communication issues that might arise and how will you go about addressing such issues? So if you get stuck while you are doing this, I'm going to go around the groups. You can ask me questions, and I will try my best to support you so that you can be able to do this. With this exercise, it will help you when you're back, whether you become employed or you start your own business or you already have your own business. It will just help you to understand how do you actually go about from project request all the way to you assigning the right resources to ensure that you not only complete on time the project, but also it becomes profitable. Because sometimes what you may end up doing is you put too much resources on the project, more than what you're going to be paid for. Okay, so have a we'll try to do this within 15 minutes. Okay, with 10 minutes of actually doing it, and then 1 minute, 5 minutes will be for sharing. Each and every group will just stand and share their ideas, what they come up with. So within 10 minutes, I think it's enough time for us to. Yeah, it's a bit scary. Okay. Listen. Yeah. You can brainstorming. You can use it for brainstorming, and then in the presentation, just have your ideas clear. What have you found out? What on the two things you were asked? What are they? What are your answers? So you can use how. I have more. I will leave it this on. Sorry. I will show you. I will put it on. Okay. You want to take a picture of the Scrum? Okay. You can take a picture of that if you want. Okay. Listen, the reason I'm giving 10 minutes is because in real life, in real life scenario, you won't have, you will have to pitch, okay? You, I'll come to you. So you'll have to pitch, saying that before you win the project, when the client says, this is what I want to do, you'll have to be able to pitch in very, very efficient, saying, this is how I'm going to do your project. This is how long it's going to take, okay? And these are kind of, this is probably the price range that we're going to do what we'll do. That's just estimation. Then you present, obviously, a more detailed budget. So 10 minutes is, it might be a bit a stretch, but you can do it. Okay? Good. 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 All right. I'll come to... I'm coming.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm Mariam Alaa, and that's our solution for the issue at hand. We started by planning a plan for 1 month to be providing new designers, such as IT, UX, web developer, and we assigned them with a period
accomplish. Yes, we will. They will accomplish in 1 week. So we will get them outsourcing, and then we will implement a new system, and then rent a server all over the world. Okay, the voice is clear, right? Okay, and then we set a certain consequences if the work is not done. Okay. The most important thing that the website must be easy and everybody can handle. Okay. And the last thing is listen the feedback from the prior employees so we can resolve the problem in the future.
Now on to the second question, which is communication issue. Communication issue, we have solved it by providing a training on a new system on developing relations between employees. Employees, such as teamwork and group leader. A group leader will be responsible in front of the CEO to solve that issues and provide it with the fastest answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Second group. Yes, even where you are, you can present even where you are. You know, just give you nice work. And then we give you mic because of time. You ready? You ready? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Shall I go over there? عشان ما حدش يشوف. Okay, so we divided our plan into 3 different domains. Resources, okay. يلا. Into resources, new additions to the website. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so we divided our plan into 3 different domains, and these are the resources, the new additions to the website, as well as some issues that we might face with their solutions. What might be the resources that we might need? First of all, web developers. We're trying to renew the interface of the website, so we might need a lot of them. And for this, we have got a limited budget, unfortunately, but we thought about some solutions, and these are sponsorships. Sponsorships is when we sign contracts with hotels, sign contracts with airlines, such that we could get some extra money during this sponsorship, and we could use it to hire web developers and update our website. Real-time images of touristic website. This website was created around 20 years ago, so it must be outdated. We need photographers to get us some real-time images with our previous clients, such that they could see our previous achievements with the clients. Ask for already existing feedbacks. So the previous clients, our loyal customers, we must ask for their feedback and use their feedback to improve on this new website. Oh, a backup website. So while developing our new website, we must have a backup. We must have some social media pages on the side, such that we could use them to advertise our company while the new website is being developed. Oh, data, yeah. We need to have an appropriate database which includes the client's personal information, such as name, favorite touristic sites, times of the year when they go out on adventures or stuff, and their contact information, obviously. SEO, which means that people who search on the internet for Siwa, which is a popular touristic place in Egypt, the North Coast, Sharm el-Sheikh, or Hurghada, we may use the SEO such that our website would appear on the top of the list. These were all the resources that we might need. Let's take a quick look at the new additions. Yeah, so on our new website, we'll include testimonials from the previous clients, only the positive ones, not the negative ones, surely. Yeah, offers for groups. So people going out to touristic sites in groups must be having 10 or 20% discounts. Multilingual tour guides. We're not only attracting tourists domestically, but internationally too. Yeah, multiple payment options, and even with installments. Due to the, well, you know, the economical conditions here in Egypt, we will offer the tourists, the domestic ones, installments to pay for the trips. Oh, and private tour guides for our, you know, clients who like luxurious outings. We'll provide them with their own private tour guides. Issues and some solutions. We wrote down some 4 or 5 issues that with their solutions. First of all, the limited budget. We'll use the sponsorships. We'll sign some contracts with the hotels and the airlines such that we could get some extra money from them. Yeah, we'll use the pilot project. Oh yeah, I'll be quick, don't worry. We're almost done. Yeah, to identify the initial bugs in the website, we'll use a pilot project, which is, you know, we will ask the previous clients to test the new website and inform us about their feedback. To maintain the cash flow, we'll be using a backup website and social media pages. We'll set strict and specific deadlines. Last but not least, we'll attract a greater audience via the private tours, those who like luxury. That's all. Thank you.
Good, good. Okay, next. Keep it within a few minutes. Okay. Short and crisp.
So, hello everybody. This is Team InnoResm, which is short for Innovative Tourism. Our team is combined by Habiba, Abdulrahman, Lina, Mayada, Ala, Isra, Mayada, and me, myself, Mohammed. So first, how we approach this activity is by dividing the project into different sectors that we can then assign different times and activities to. So the activities that we decided to include in this project of web development is first we had to hire a web development team, then a marketing team, then a customer care, then research and development, human resources, graphic designer, project manager, and there was the product owner, user experience, and financial team. Then going through the project, we tried to see which team's work depends on the other, so we can assign it accordingly. So by brainstorming, we decided to go first with the research and development team, because there was an old website 40 years ago, so it had to be researched, the current innovation in the tourism business, and how we can update our website to it. Then after that, we assigned it to the user experience. So
so first of all, we are going to create two researches here. The first research is going to be related to the competitive analysis. So we are going to create research about all the competitors for this sector. And then we are going to create the second research related to the user journey. So we are going to create two personas here. The first one is we are going to create the name and the needs and the desire and the pain point, and also the journey that is gonna take to take from the first enter the home page to the second start adding the configurations, email and password, and then get what is the tourist get to enter wherever the travel where she's gonna travel, and how she can get appointment for the hotel, and then finish the process and the progress. The website, we are going to redesign the website, and it's gonna be minimalistic, simple design. And for the style guide, it's gonna be 4 colors related to the logo. Okay, we are going to invent the logo maybe, because the logo is 40 years ago, based on 40 years ago. So the logo, it's need to reinvent it. And also we are going to create, we are going to use API from different other companies, maybe other website. We are going to integrate another services and so on.
So the next step was we went to do a Gantt chart about the different processes we were going through. So we came up with this small representation. So this represents the project manager, who is going to be responsible for the project from start to the finish. Then we assigned the research and development team at the beginning. After research and development, UX, then web development, human resources, then financial team. Then after that comes the graphic design and marketing, then customer care, and finally handed to the owner. Do you want to talk?
So first of all, thanks for my peers for the brief explanation. I want to just explain how this chart's gonna work. We have this project manager that he has the big picture of what the project will be. He start with the research development, UX. Then we hit here in web development. Web developers gonna start designing the website. Then it will be promoted and be marketed by the marketing team. The marketing team will then delegate the feedback and complaints for the customer cares. Then there is the customer owner. He will be here. For some reason, he didn't show up here. The customer owner. Customer owner has the main. Oh yeah, right. Customer owners have the ultimate decision to whether he has accepted the project or not, or whether he has accepted the complaints or not. He's like a filter to all the complaints and feedbacks he have received for the customer care department. Then we have the human resources and finance. They will have like a budgeting for what we are gonna do and how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna afford this. تمام. The second issue we have here is the lack of communication. تمام.
These are the issues we faced. The issues we faced is first there was a lack of communication between the team. So in order to solve that, we had daily meetings. Then we used a communication software to communicate with other team members. Then another issue we faced was trying to meet the deadlines. So in order to meet the deadlines, we devised strict milestones and solve the problems as they arise. Then there was a system failure. So the tech didn't work. So we had regular system tests and the tech team to solve the problems. Then we found there was a lack of exposure and engagement on the Facebook and social media. So we hired a social media team in order to advertise our project. Then we needed feedback, so there was a lack of feedback. In order to get feedback, we released a beta version of the website. Then we collected feedback, and then we improved on it. So the last part is about how we became the to-go operation operator in the region. So we thought about this, and we connected tourists with local tour guides in order to give them a tour about the destination they were going to. Then we had a user-friendly website and a responsive website. That's it.
Very good. Everyone is doing great job. Last. Okay, let's be conscious of time. Let's try to be very, very quick. Okay. We only have 3 minutes because. Okay.
Let's just 3 minutes. Okay.
3 to 5 maximum.
Okay.
I asked for time, but 5. Okay. Good. Thank you.
To be project done from on time, we must be ensured from 3 resources: human resources, financial resources, and physical resources. Human resources, the team must be integrated team. So if I will make a website, must be IT. I have someone to be aware with artificial intelligence to to make AI chat, include NLS, just like that. And well-communicated team, either with each other or with client. Okay. Second, financial resource to make forecast in budgeting. So I must make a budgeting to fit the price, and I will get the deal to the client. Third resource is a physical resource. All I need from hardware devices to make the project or the project need.
We're very sorry for the mess in this, but I feel like brainstorming and messy things are just like sister and brothers. Anyway, the first technical approach, we are going to do a face-to-face interview with the client as a project manager. And then after I take the functional and non-functional requirements from the client, I make a meeting with my team to assign the jobs. And I'm mainly concerned about the financial requirements first, so I could review it with the client at first, and then he could decline or accept our budget. So the financial team will do a feasibility study, and at max it takes 1 week. The technical or the web developing or redeveloping, to be specific, because we do not develop from scratch. We do something already existing and we improve it. So we focus on web developing on 2 main things: the front end and the back end. The front end, we need UI designer, UX designers, or UI UX. We have developers with good knowledge of trending frameworks. We are speaking of a website that was 40 years old. So a lot of things developed in computer science lately. We need developers with good knowledge in JavaScript frameworks, and mainly. And back end, sometimes we do not change the back end of the project. They may have the same back end, but if they do, we do improve it, and that increases in the our financial results. We could obviously change the way we access the back end. And we drew like a Gantt chart here of the iterative approach we are following. So the developing of each iteration takes at least, at max, 2 weeks. We develop a small part every time, and then we have a 1 week evolution, and at every iteration we get a customer feedback. The communication issues we could face, we could face lack of information. Our system, our project manager is not well educated about the topic of web developing, so he communicates with his team about what we need. Is this thing even possible? What the customer is asking for, is it even possible? And is the customer like on the same page with us? So we make sure all stakeholders are on the same page. The second issue we could face is cultural difference. So we need to make friendly outgoings, because we're not only professionals, we need to make friendship a part of it and build a professional bond. We could not access or be excessive friends. It still work. The third issue we could face is misunderstanding. So we need our PR who's well educated about the communication skills to make all the team a very educated person on the communication skills, and every person can communicate with the client or his teammates. That's it.
Very good job. Everyone did a very good job. Round of applause to each one of you. Yes? Good. How many minutes do I have? I've been begging for some minutes. 2 minutes. I'll work with 2 minutes. Okay, so I think I am happy with the outcome today. How many felt they learned something today? Okay, good. You have a question? Okay, so I have 2 minutes to just talk a little bit about business development. So I'll go quickly on that. So the first thing to think about in business development is conducting market research, and a quick definition. It's a process, strategies and activities aimed at creating long-term value for an organization from customers, market, and relationships. So essentially, it's all about how can we create value, okay? How can we create value? How can we maintain and develop relationships with our clients and partners, okay? So one of the things you can do is conducting of market research, where you can do it yourself, or you can develop a team to help you to do that. And I'm going a little faster, but these notes will be shared, I hope. Can they get the notes? Okay. So where you define your objectives, you choose the method, you collect the data, you analyze your findings, you report and act on insights. All right. So this is quite basic. Okay. Who is your customer? So it's important to understand who your customer is. If you don't know who your customer is, you'll spend most of your time advertising your services and doing your marketing to the wrong people. Okay. Understanding your customers' needs means that you try to know what exactly that they need. Okay. We're not going to do that activity because of time. Developing strategies for new markets. So new markets, we're talking about markets that are outside it could be outside your geographical area, or it could be new markets within the same geographical area, but in the segment that you did not explore before. For example, before you are serving a market of young people, and now you want to bring middle-aged clients. Then you can think about how do you actually go and develop that market. All right. Because of time, we're going to just one person to, in a show of hand, just to say what you learned very quickly in one sentence, one takeaway. Okay, one person. Sorry. One person to help me. What's your takeaway? Takeaway or conclusion, one person.
Perhaps the most important thing is the feedback.
Feedback. Good, 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 good. Thank you very much. So I'm going to finish with a quote. Our ability to build our skills will always set us apart from others and will lead to more open doors and opportunities. All right? Good? Good. So thank you very much. And that's my contact details. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and other platforms. Maybe just one picture of all of us together, and then I will go. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the session.